let's talk about the government and its fundamental functions. And this is an important question. Should the government protect all peaceful citizens against people that want to use force to take their money?
Well, I don't want people to rob me of my hard-earned money.
Absolutely. I mean, we cannot live well if other people can legally gang up on us and forcefully take our money, right?
When I read the Constitution, which I do often, I turn to it probably weekly, several times a week, right? I remind myself of what it is, the rules, the amendments, all that stuff, the Bill of Rights. And what I see in it is a framework in which we're supposed to operate and treat each other in a manner of not only respect, but legal parameters, right? Senator Paul did a great job reminding us what the Fourth Amendment means, that one warrant, the Patriot Act can't just say the government has a carte blanche warrant out there that applies to millions of people, right? He's right. How can one warrant apply to over 300 million people? It's preposterous. So I think that that's what government is for. Government is for things like, if I put money in a bank, I wanted to know that there's some FDIC insurance there, my deposits. You remember the run on the banks under Roosevelt?
Right.
So this is good. Some of the government is good.
That can be done privately as well.
Look, we can. I'm fine with. Yeah, but we're not going to abolish.
Insurance is something that can be provided privately, and you put your money in a bank.
But you can't say that you're going to totally evaporate government from our lives. I think
no. We're not saying that. We're just saying evaporate redistribution of wealth, meaning taxing some people to give other people free goods and services.
I agree, but I think that you've got to be smart about it. We're not just getting rid of everything.
Government. No. We're talking about having a government that's restricted to defending the individual rights of the citizens.
That's what I'm saying. And also making sure that,
like the Constitution says, and the Declaration of Independence
says, and we have national election laws, state election laws. I'm fine with that.
It says to secure these rights, governments are constituted.
They're created by and for the people.
Right. And to secure rights. That's it. No redistribution of wealth.
And it also says in the Constitution that, I don't know if it's
in the
Independence, in the Declaration of Independence, what is also, it's either the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution, it says, when we the people feel like we are constrained by those we elect and who are government, it's up to who govern us, it's up to us to get rid of those shackles of government and elect new people who are going to be better stewards of our government. And that is what we're not taking seriously.
Absolutely. So would it be true that we cannot live well if other people can legally gang up on us and forcefully take our money?
Yes, and that's what, hold on. Are you going to, I'm coming right back. Stay right there. So, what I'm saying, I guess. Do you
agree with that? That if other people can legally gang up on you,
I don't think people should be able to rob me of my hard-earned wealth and my prosperity. That's what a brother. So yeah.
So when the government forcefully takes money from some citizens in order to give other citizens Medicaid, let's say, are they protecting the taxpayers who are there?
I think I've answered that enough. I don't have any more to add to that.
They're not protecting them.
I think the entitlement
you
programs.
wouldn't call that protection, right?
I don't think the entitlement programs create an incentive. Let's talk about Medicaid now. They don't create an incentive for people to first look to themselves, to take care of themselves first, not be dependent on the government and other people's money. I mean,
so the government should protect the citizens, and when they tax them in order to give the money to someone else, they're not protecting them, right?
I think I've answered the way I want to answer it.
Okay, so just curious if you, you agree that they aren't protecting them?
All I said was that
when they redistribute their wealth?
I've answered it a lot of times.
Okay,
so I can't answer
a different question.
Okay, I got to go though.
I'm
not going to tell you what you want to say.
Here's a fundamental question
and then I'm going after this.
At an ethical level.
What?
Is it morally wrong to initiate physical force against someone who hasn't violated anybody's rights?
You have to give me an example.
Well, for example, if you take an action against them, you rob them. If you rob them, for example.
If you come and invade my home and try to kill me.
If you are robbed on the street, that would be initiation of physical force.
Yeah, there needs to be.
That would be morally wrong, right?
Yes.
And
I have the right to defend myself against that harm.
And should the government take action against people who haven't violated anybody's rights?
I don't. It depends. I mean, no. I mean, but
okay. So are they taking an action when they tax them and they give their money to someone else for Medicaid?
We have.
Is that an action?
Medicaid is a law.
Yeah,
correct.
right. But when they tax them,
taxation is a law, and now the government is using our taxes. Yeah.
So they're taking action against someone who hasn't violated anybody's rights.
Well, they have a right to, actually.
But
Under
they're
the
taking
current
an
laws.
action
Under the
against
current laws,
someone
they
who
have a right.
hasn't violated
Yeah.
anybody's
But
rights.
under the current laws, they have a right to
Yeah,
tax
they
our
can-
money and then
it's-
put into Medicaid and Medicare. It
It's
comes
like-
out of your paycheck.
It's like you
Social
said right in
Security.
the beginning of the interview.
I'm not
It's
saying I
legal
agree
theft.
with it.
It's legal robbing.
Yeah, it's like Robin Hood,
So-
which is
so,
what taxes
right.
are all about.
Well, not all taxes.
No, a lot of
No,
taxes.
not all of them. When they tax you in order to provide a military to defend you against foreign tyrants,
Yeah, but now
that is
states-
not
I live in
redistribution of
district.
wealth.
I told
Or
you-
when they tax you in order to provide a police force
Right.
or a court
Or
system.
fire-
Oh,
firefighters,
right.
all
That is to
Clean
protect
the
your rights.
streets,
To
dump the garbage.
well, let's that
do that in
may
DC.
yeah okay, but that
So we
is
don't-
that's rendering a service to the
That's in
taxpayer.
your
But when
opinion.
it's not rendering a service to the
That's in your-
taxpayer.
but that is in your opinion. Each state has defined how they use their municipal taxes.
Right, but you don't think
Municipal and state taxes.
is there a fundamental difference between taxing you, forcing you to pay for a service that's rendered to you personally on the one
I
hand,
think if I'm not taking
and
advantage of a service, perhaps
render
I shouldn't have to pay for it.
forcefully taking money from you in order to give it to someone else? Is those two different things?
Yeah, I can't. Well,
Right.
I've got to go, but I think
Oh.
we've answered this enough.
Well, anyway, Crystal,
appreciate your
thank you for the active
No,
interview.
you're good. It's a robust debate.